Good morning, and welcome back to Route 40 Rust. This time, we're celebrating 1,000 subscribers. Well, we're going to celebrate by taking a break from current projects and dig up and kick around a few choice videos from the past, some of them which you might not have seen or known existed, and I assure you they're going to be pretty good. But first, I got to knock out some front of house stuff. June 14th of this year, 2024, the family and I will be at Lucas Oil Raceway Park in Indianapolis, Indiana, as part of the final leg of the 2024 Hot Rod Power Tour. I'm winded. I work on cardio. Anyway, we're just gonna hop on that last leg of the tour, end up in Indianapolis. We're just gonna take the 86 Suburban, which will be pretty cool. The only problem is that truck needs to get painted. So we got like 3.5 months before Power Tour. I gotta weld a quarter on it, new rockers, treat some sheet metal in places, and then get it painted, which Jared's gonna do for me. We'll make some videos on that. So 3.5 months away-ish. So I've got like 3 months and a week to procrastinate on that before we really have to start worrying about it. Well, the first video we're going to take a look at is called Daily Driver Makeover, churching up the 1970 F350 service truck. Now this particular video, I really liked it. It encompassed all the things that Route 40 Rust is all about. You know, doing stuff yourself, doing stuff on a budget, adapting and overcoming when something's not working or you're missing a certain something, just getting the job done, getting the rig back on the road, enjoying it, doing its thing. And it also, at least for me, portrays the internal struggle that I have with rust and patina and that I saw a mouse. Anyway, rust and patina and all the things that I find beauty in when it comes to old cars and old sheet metal or whatever. And when enough is enough and you finally just, you know, clean it up, throw some paint on it, and, you know, call it good to go. So you can see here on the on the thumbnail there, it says you don't have to be ugly. Another thing that I can relate to, you know, because of my face is not. What I mean is, you know what I mean. You've seen my face. Anyway, you know, I think it's been a while since I've watched this one, but, you know, I had, you know, a skosh of thinner left, and I had to reduce some paint, and I said, yeah, I've never done it. Well, I've done it before, and I'm not proud of it, but I threw a little unleaded in there, a little 87 octane, you know, some pump gas, thinned out some paint. And it actually worked pretty well. The paint job was horrible. I had runs and stuff because I couldn't thin it out enough, so I had to turn up the pressure on a high volume, low pressure gun, you know, and all this stuff. It was a nightmare. But the truck, it's out there today. Everything's still painted black and it looks good. I'm tickled to death about it. But my little, you know, weld pack, my little Lincoln welder, you know, I was out of gas and had to adapt and overcome. It just encompasses all the things that this channel is about, and had a good time, you know, making the video. It was something that had to get done, and I enjoyed it. It was just, hey, let's check out some highlights real quick. How about that? Today we're gonna weld some junk together with this machine here, but without gas because I'm out of 80/20, so we're switching to flux core. And then we're gonna paint that junk that we welded with the junk with a $10 Harbor Freight paint gun that's been used 3 times, cleaned 0 times. I'm missing all the parts. I have 2-year-old farm implement paint, and I have very little to no thinner. Might be the most dependable vehicle I own. If you know me, I love patina stuff and keeping stuff original. Just look at this job box. Don't go. Oh. very exact process. Just go, keep going till you get the exact amount. You can slosh it around, and that's when you know it's perfect. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to watch it in its entirety, just go to the Route 40 Rust channel page and maybe hit videos and scroll down and look for the, you don't have to be ugly thing we talked about, or maybe just punch in some numbers and letters in the search box for the Daily Driver Makeover 1970 F350, churching it up, whatever that title was. You guys can find it. You're smarter than I am. I'm confident. The next video I want to share with you, I'm very, very excited about. I wanted to start with this, but I wanted to get some momentum, set the ambiance, or whatever the right word is. And this one is called Jeep Fail, Wheeling a 70-year-old Willys. And if I remember correctly, the little thumbnail title screen, oh, there it is. I'm an idiot, because I am, and stuff happens, and it says, this did not go well, because it didn't, and I intended it to go really well and go in a whole different direction. So what I really like about this video, and why it's my personal favorite, my kids love it, my wife loves it, other people have told me they enjoy it, is the humor. Stuff goes wrong, we don't get bent out of shape, and we just have fun with an old vehicle. Something the car culture's lost almost these days. We got too much drama, like, we're gonna lose the shop. If we don't get this car done by Friday, we're gonna fire, it's ridiculous. There's so much negativity and nonsense in this world. We don't need it when it comes to our passions and our joy and love for cars. And I can speak to it because this video, when I thought of it, and this noggin of mine, wasn't gonna be, it wasn't gonna be serious and I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing, because you guys know me well enough that I don't do that. I'm an idiot. Just like that picture said. I know a little bit about cars, and I like working on cars, and that's, I'm not gonna spin it any other way. But in my brain, I wanted to take the old 1953 Willys CJ3B Jeep, back in the woods. It was summertime, beautiful out, the weather was great. I had legitimate chores to do. I had to clean up some trails back there, and cut down any timber that had fallen across trails, just do some, routine maintenance, take some deer corn out there and start, baiting early. And I just had to get back there. And in my mind, I pictured beautiful angles and camera effects and, the GoPro down in the dirt and the wheel, all these great things. And in my mind, it was going to be real serious, just very, powerful imagery, if you will. Underlaid with maybe some slight banjo. I don't know. I never got to that point because right out of the gate, things were going bad. I didn't get bent out of shape. That's just how these things go, guys. They can get away from you. I think we were having troubles with the Willys from the get-go. I remember loading it out to get out in the woods, loading like jump packs and chainsaws and stuff like that. You know, I wanted to put all this corn in an old burlap bag and it burst everywhere. I had to pick that up out of the driveway. The chickens were eating in the driveway all week, and you know how much the chickens come in the barn and bother me when I'm working. We got lost, not lost, but we couldn't find the trail because things have overgrown, out in, we got ridges and spurs and draws. It gets kind of dicey out there with them trails, and couldn't find it. We blew a brake line coming down one of these, the side of a spur, and that, we had to fix the brakes real quick and all this stuff. Things just didn't go well. And, we just didn't get bent out of shape, and we just enjoyed it and did our thing. So here's a few highlights from that video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hi, how are you? 45 pumps of go juice. Ooh. Come on. Quick! I need you, Air. That trail, that's okay. We cut a few that went to nowhere. Where's reverse? Nathan, you're an idiot. Go ahead. I want to see about 35 comments call me an idiot. I can take it. I can take it. More logs. The best part about all this is I don't see or smell any dead deer, which is awesome. Last year we got hammered with that EHD disease. Where's this trail? I think the Jeep's okay. I thought we were about to roll her and have a yard sale. I don't know if that's not the trail. I think that was the trail. I lost the trail. I don't know if I can get back up that without brakes. I mean, there's nothing there. I'm on the, still in gear. brake line off. Hug me. Lucky to be alive. I hope you start sweating when you almost die. All right. Did you guys see the sunshine and the trees and the forest and the birds and whatnot in that video? I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. Gosh, Lord have mercy. I can't wait for summertime once again. It's getting harsh out here in Ohio. Anyway, switching gears back to wintertime and our next video, which is called I Only Drive Old Cars Even in the Winter. And the thumbnail, there it is. You guys can see it. I can't. There's nothing. I didn't know if you knew this or not, but there's nothing here. It says old cars even in the winter, or old cars in the winter. I don't know. I can't see it. It's not really there. Anyway, so that's the another attribute of Route 40 Rust that I think makes it pretty darn special and unique, is the fact that old cars is not just, you know, a weekend hobby or you know, something we tinker on in the evenings and get out every once in a while on a nice sunshiny day. We're driving old cars strictly as daily drivers, day in, day out. Rain, sun, snow, whatever. It's not just me. My wife, she drives a 1986 square body Suburban. She packs the kiddos in there and goes everywhere every single day. I mean, she's putting the miles on that old small block Chevy. It's carbureted, you know. It gets down in the negatives around here. And she's got to go out there and, you know, mash on the skinny pedal to get that thing to bark off and warm up. And she's better at starting that old girl than I am. I'll tell you what. You know, all these old Bettys have a trick to get them started in the wintertime, like, you know, 3/4 choke, 2 steps on the gas pedal, crank, stop, put the choke back in, pump it 5 more times. If I warm up her truck for her in the morning, I usually either flood it or I'm out there cranking away and she comes, rips the ignition keys out of my hand and does it herself. So what I'm trying to say is old cars are part of our daily lives. For mine, hers, you know, who knows? Maybe my kids. I don't know. Whatever they want to do. And again, that applies to the winter time. And that's what this video is about. You know, we got a little bit of snow. Got the 1974 CJ5 out. Showed you a little morning routine on those extra crisp mornings. How I bring some heat into these things. And, you know, just daily life, driving old cars. Check out this video. Welcome back to Route 40 Rust, and this morning we're going to talk about daily driving old cars in the wintertime. The very first thing I ever do on a cold morning, and I got to drive one of my trash boxes around, is figure out some heat for it, because I think only one of them have heat. So here's something I do. These old Coleman catalytic heaters, yeah, they've killed a million people, but I love them. I love them. While your Coleman heaters burning everything you love to the ground, go ahead and pour yourself a cup of coffee. Say good morning to the goats. Good morning. Go ahead. Tell me it's not. Look at this. It's great. He's down. He's down. I'm so focused. Looking at stuff. The beauty. I just fell over. The biggest reason why I chose not to drive this today is because it's got a 390 Ford Big Block and it's low on fuel. Okay, let's see here. Let's give this no pumps. Making a bunch of, oh, I'm still in low. Lord. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't get out much in the real world, and it's just early enough in the morning. I can't roll up my window. It's freezing. There's a cop. Anyway. I'm feeling good about it. I mean, I got a sack full of food. heater is making me feel great. Out of coffee. CJ5's running great too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I sure did. You know, don't worry. I'm not showing you any more video highlights. If you wanted some more, just go browse around the channel yourself and seeing what you can dig up. But I'm going to stop there for a very specific reason, because it brings up 3 attributes of Route 40 Rust that I think are pretty unique. I hope you guys agree. The first and foremost, as the first video has showed us, is that you can do a lot with very little. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment, the 2-post lift, the shop, to enjoy cars. You know, you can just get some basic hand tools and grab a buddy and, you know, pop a hood and start wrenching. I guarantee you will have fun. Secondly, what is secondly? I don't remember what the second one was. What was the second video? The Jeep? The Jeep? Oh, yeah, we're pretty laid back. You know, we don't get too worked up. There's no drama or shenanigans or negativity. We're just enjoying old cars. That's all we're trying to do here. Okay? Bring it down a little bit. That's just what we're trying to do here. Third one. Old cars are part of our daily lives. It's not just a project on the weekend, which is fine, but it is an everyday lifestyle here with my family. And those are 3 qualities that, you know, I think are pretty important to remember and think about every once in a while. But hey, we're not done yet. Oh, I dropped my paper with my notes because I'm dumb and I need notes. Let's calm down. Let's just wing it. All right, so we're done with highlights, but there's a few videos that I would encourage you to go find. I did a 3-part series on my 1966 F-250 camper special. It had already been painted at that point. We shot that with, go figure, implement paint out in the driveway the last day of November, like 2 years ago. Turned out pretty well. International Harvester White on a Ford truck. Looks fantastic. On red. But we're kind of butting up some odds and ends. I had to do some wiring to it, you know, soldering some diodes because I needed the marker lamps to stay on with the headlamps. That's a whole different story. Some interior stuff. Some shocks, I don't know. And we're kind of ramping up to drive it to a local car show and support the community. So that's a pretty neat 3-part series. 1966 Ford pickup, part 1, part 2, part 3. You can find them. They're all together in a row. Any of the junkyard exploration videos, which are by far, views-wise, our most successful video. You know, we just go walking around old junkyards and look at old cars, you know, rotting into the earth. There's a sense of beauty to that. However, it might be sad to see these cars going that way, but you know, kind of you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like you can kind of rejoice in the long life that they had, or maybe short lives and quick demise. I don't know the story of these cars, but anyway, we walk around junkyards and just kind of explore them. Those do really well, but it's kind of an unsustainable plan because I can't just go to a junkyard every other weekend because there's only so many junkyards and you got to travel further and further away. It's just non-sustainable thing. But don't worry, there's more junkyards. Oh, I hear the little one tell me that supper's ready, so I better wrap this up. Don't worry, there's more junkyards in the future. We'll definitely be doing more of those, so definitely check out some junkyard videos. And I gotta say, stay on top of the current project, the 1948 Pontiac Silverstreak Streamliner that is in progress right now. Getting ready to do some brake stuff. We got a weld on the frame. Still trying to figure out a wheel tire combo. I'm just not a Pontiac guy, but we'll figure it out together. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment, hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you guys again.